At what age is the best age to be unapologetically in things you do in life? 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s? Let's watch this video and I will share with you guys at the age when you could care less of what people have to say or think about you. Let's dive right into the video. Welcome you guys. Thank you guys so much. My name is Kartiavelino. Just in case you are stopping over here for the first time, please consider subscribing. I am a beauty and lifestyle blogger. Today guys, a striking question. Katia, what age are you really at your best? You might have a sense of accomplishment at the age of 40, at the age of 30, at the age of 50, at the age of 60. But the question here, when do you really enjoy your life the most? So at 30s, there are things you can expect when you are at the age of 30 and 30 plus. Realistically, is the age for starting a family, pursuing your career just after school. Some people finish school, university at the age of mid-20s to late 20s. So in their early 30s, they are still looking for a career, looking for a job, trying to find their feet. When you are trying to find your feet and looking for a job, it is bound that you make new friends. When you leave college at the age of 20s and then at the age of 30s, started a new family, you will make new friends at the age of 30s, because let's say you're married, you have kids, you get engaged and involved in doing your children activities. The kind of friends you'll be making then will be new friends. For example, the parents of your kids' friend will become your friends, because you guys have some things in common, especially picking up and dropping off kids from school. So you make new friends at that age in life, like finding your feet, trying to build a family. This is the things you expect at the age of 30. At the age of 40, the kids are growing. This is if you're lucky enough and you're married at the age of 20, pardon me guys, or maybe in your 20s you're already married. Excuse me guys, coming from African background where marriage is a big deal to so many Africans. Yes, marriage is a big deal to so many Africans, whether we want to believe that or not. So if you consider yourself lucky and you get married early to your soulmate at the age of 20s, maybe you have kids at the age of 20s, right? By the time you get to 40s, your early 40s, your kids must have been grown. They become independent, meaning they must have finished university. That's if you're blessed to start popping up kids the moment you get married. So by the time you get to your 40s, your kids are grown. They're all out of university or mostly out of university, depends on how many children you have, right? So your life would begin to take a different dimension, right? Things are changing. No more school runs. Your business, hopefully, or the kind of job you do or your career has eventually picked up. Guys, I'm not saying everybody. Don't come here to get to me. I am using a greater percentage, saying if things were this way, this is how it's supposed to be. So I am talking here from experience. I always love to talk from experience and from speaking to some people. So at the age of 40s, your kids are grown. They're mostly out of school. Your lifestyle will change. You see your lifestyle begin to change at the age of 40s, because no more picking up kids, no more making new friends. You are happy where you are at the age of 40. Perhaps you're not looking into engaging into new friends. Your partner will become your best friend because kids are grown. Even if they're not out of the house, kids are grown. So it's you and your partner doing most of the things together, planning ahead for future. Future doesn't stop when the kids are grown. When the kids are grown, a new phase of future begin to chip in into your relationship. Let's say you live in a big house and the kids are grown and you don't need a big compound anymore. You are still beginning to plan for another phase of future. You want to downsize? Yes, at the age of 40 you might want to downsize to the house you live in if you get married early and the kids are all grown, or you might want to hype it up to a bigger house if everybody agrees to live together, right? You might get into buying a bigger house so it can accommodate everybody in the house, including their spouse. The Indians live like that. The Filipinos live like that. When you think that at the age of 40 or 50 or 60 that they should be downsizing, their family is getting bigger, they are looking into upgrading their homes, their kids are getting married, everybody will be living under the same roof with their children and their wife and mother-in-law and father-in-law. So depends on the culture. So this is why I say that planning for future doesn't stop at the age of 40. You plan for different future, right? But you don't need friends at this time of your life. You don't need friends. The family is getting bigger. Your kids might be getting ready to get married. You don't need friends. Your significant other becomes your BFF. Hello, somebody say hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yes. And then when you hit your 50s, yeah. When you get to your 50s, your life takes a different route altogether. Different route. You begin to look young again, because remember what they say, age wine is the finest wine, right? When the wine begins to age, begins to get beautiful and even very soft, and the aroma begins to change. So at the age of 50, you lay low. Oh, I forget to tell you, yes, at the age of 50, it's really when, if you didn't travel the world at the age of 20s before you get married, don't worry, when you get to 50s, you will still travel the world. You cannot travel the world when the kids are smaller. So the best time to really travel the world is before you get married and when the kids are grown. If you are still doing school runs, you cannot travel the world, because are you gonna pull the kids out of school to travel the world? Again, this video is if you are married and you have a partner. That's what I'm talking about. So if you don't travel the world before you started making babies, you can travel the world when you are in your late 40s, when you are in your mid 40s and 50s, and when your kids are grown. So let's take it back to being in your 50s when the wine tastes the best. No friends. You definitely don't need any friends. Hello, your friends are the people that you went to school with when you were a teenager, and when you were in your 20s, and then when you were in your 30s, and you made those friends from your kids' parents, your kids' friends' parents. They're not necessarily your friends. You guys just bonded because of your children. So if things work out for you and your kids' friends' parents, that's okay. But 50s is not a time to acquire new friends. The only friends you need in your 50s are your kids. Your kids are grown, they become your friends. If you have daughters, if you're a woman and you have grown daughters, you find out that you and your daughters will exchange outfits, shoes, bags, scarves, everything. They become your best friends. If you're a guy and you have boys, and let's say they're athletes, you guys can relate to something, talk about sports, talk about news, talk about investment, talk about buying shares, talk about incorporation, talk about businesses together. Your children will become your best friend. No new friends. You don't need them. If you want to live happily after in your marriage, in your household, please do not make new friends when you are in your 45 and 50s and above. It's not time to make friends. It's time for you to start planning about another chapter of your life, getting ready to travel the world if you have not already done that. Because think about that. Been there, done that. Kids all grown. It's all about mommy and daddy. Your boyfriend, your husband and your wife becomes your girlfriend again. It's only two of you. It can have some negative effects of empty nest. Empty nest. But two of you will even begin to plan another phase of your life, you guys' life. Talk about things that will propel you to get to the next height. You can start talking about retirement. Retirement has nothing to do with age. Talk about retirement, how you guys are going to retire, which island are you guys going to live in, how are you guys want to make. You can talk about other things. At 50s, you can also start talking about new ventures and new investments with you and your significant other, and travel the world. No time for new friends. Your husband, your wife becomes your only, did you hear me? Your only friend that you can confide in, that you guys can do things together. And at that age of, let me say, at the age of late 40s and 50s, you don't give a hoot of what people are going to think about you, of what people are going to say about you, or what people think about you and your husband. Those phases are gone. Drop that phase when you were 20s and 30s. Once you get to 40s and 50s, you don't give a hoot what anybody thinks about you. Whatever people think about you is their business, is their prerogative. It is none of your business. So it worries me when I see grown women, matured women, who tells me or who talks about what people say about them. For crying out loud, you don't need what people think or what people say about you. You have gone past that stage. Let your children worry about those things, because your children are perhaps in their 20s and in their 30s. It's none of your business what people think about you. Whatever you like, you can do. You can open your mouth and say how it is. Nobody is going to query what you said and what you didn't say. You don't need any validation from anybody. Don't need anybody to tell you, oh, Katia, your hair is synthetic, your hair is human hair. It's okay for them to give you compliments, but those things are the least things. It's a compliment, but it should not be like a priority. When you're in your 20s or 30s, you're looking for people to validate you because you're wearing this oversized shirt. What is people going to think about? It's nobody's business. Care less, worry less, keep no friends. When I say no friends, let your husband, your children, your grandchildren become your friends and your business associates. Those are the people that you need in your life at that age of 50. Moving on, you get over to 60. Of course, I don't know, in Africa, if 50 is old, 60 is old. Here is good morning. The day is just waking up at 50s and 60s here. As long as you are living, you are alive. Try to make every day of your life have a special impact. Every day of your life until you take your last breath. Don't even let age be a determining factor to what you can accomplish in life. It's a no-no. it is a no-no. So for you that send me these texts, 30s, 40s, 50s, my own idea of 30s might be different from your own idea of 30s. My own ideas of 40s might be different from your own idea of 40s and 50s and 60s. But what I'm saying here, doesn't matter what the ideas, how different they are. Once you hit 45 and above, what people think about you shouldn't matter anymore. The friendship you keeping, you need to cut them. She said, I said, shouldn't matter anymore. Let that be their own problem and not your own problem. Focus on yourself, look good, travel the world, shop if you have the money to shop, enjoy yourself, go to spa, eat what makes you happy. Hey, don't forget to live a healthy lifestyle. Exercise is the key to once you get to your 50s, because everything, metabolic rate, everything tends to slow down, and this is the time for you to even take charge of your health. So guys, let me leave you guys here. Leave me your thoughts and your comments. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.